Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and traditionally I start my adventure into Ulubaram, a mountainous area which is part of the heart of Borneo, the giant jungles in the center of Borneo, from Bekenu roadside junction. Yeah, this is the last spot to which you can get a public bus. I didn't come by public bus, I came by hitchhiking, already 60-70 kilometers from the small town of Mia. But from here on, I will continue hitchhiking on the road behind this freeway over there, through the oil palm plantation. There is still a paved road for the next 50-60 kilometers, and after that it's just jungle dirt roads. Yeah, basically when white people go into Ulubaram, they don't even hire a car. Cars cannot go there. They usually hire a guide with a truck, which I've never done. I always go hitchhiking there and end up meeting a lot of nice people. Well, here already we have a lot of nice fruits. Let's see, where was... Oh, yeah, for example, the typical Borneo shell fruit. No, this is from a river. Here we have some nice, come on man, Physalis fruit. Tasty. Papaya is not ripe yet, and I saw wild passion fruit. Somehow I cannot find it. Oh no, they have removed the giant colony of sting bees. They were right here under this roof. Here you can still see the traces from the wax of their giant honeycombs. What a pity. I kind of thought of those sting bees as my friends, because I've never been able to enjoy giant Borneo, well, giant Asian sting bees from that close up. Here we have the Bekenu Junction Market. Basically those junction markets along the Pan-Borneo Highway, and sometimes also along other important roads, are very good for fruit hunting. Basically the weird explorer conducted his fruit hunting that way, that he just drove along the Pan-Borneo Highway and stopped in those junction markets and city markets and found a lot of rare fruits. That's because the city people, when they travel from city to city, they want to get some village fruits and jungle fruits, and so those junction markets are very fruit rich, while the markets inside the villages and little towns usually mostly concentrate on vegetables. But here, yeah, we have a lot of nice fruits and vegetables. However, unfortunately, I don't see any seasonal stuff. We have bananas, penang, pumpkins, cucumbers, sour eggplant, Japanese eggplant, limes. Well, okay, the snake fruit is a little bit seasonal, but I don't see a single durian, a single mango, a single rambutan, a single of the many Artocarpus species we have here. No seasonal fruit. Good market, basically very good selection of fruits and vegetables. But the fact that there is not a single seasonal fruit here tells us that the fruit season around here has not arrived, and most probably the fruit season has also not arrived in most parts of Ulubaram, because they would bring fruits to this area. I asked around a little bit and they said no durian around here, no mangoes around here, nothing of that type. What a pity. Such a beautiful market, and such a waste that I'm not here in the fruit season. My plans for today are modest. 62 kilometers through the... My plans for today are modest. Walk under the Pan-Borneo Highway and then hitchhike 62 kilometers on a decent paved road to Lapok. Lapok is the end of the paved road. Well, not the end, but it continues in a different direction. And the last big trading post before the giant network of dirt roads that stretches for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers into the jungle. Around here, not so much to forage. Well, I like the oil palm fruits, but apart from them, some pataya. This is not the traditional pataya bean, this is an invasive from America, which they also call pataya because they cook it like pataya and it stinks like pataya. Well, most people here, it seems, are a little bit overwhelmed with the idea of a white man hitchhiking towards the jungle. Found somebody to give me a lift to Bakong. Bakong, the next little town, if I'm not mistaken, about 20 to 30 kilometers from here. Yeah, that's usually my next stop. Usually I find the car to Bakong, and from there I try to find the car to, was it Lawas? Something with L, the last trading post. For the next 100 kilometers on asphalt road as well as on dirt roads, it will be quite boring, just going through giant oil palm plantations. Yeah, I see them quite critical, but on the other hand, folks, it's a permaculture. It's not what we do in temperate areas, like plowing the ground several times a year. It's a permaculture. It's a sort of very boring forest. Also, it's the most efficient way to produce vegetable oil in the world. And yeah, until you tell me a better way to provide the billions of Asians with vegetable oil for all their tasty fried dishes, yeah, you should be at least careful and polite when criticizing the oil palm cultivation here. Yeah, it's replacing the most biodiversity system in the world with the monoculture. But yeah, look at the alternatives and the oil production equipment. I had to initiate a stop because we are leaking gasoline. Nice gasoline puddle, good that nobody in the car is smoking. And well, I got something out of it too. They gave me a couple bananas. I don't eat normal bananas so much in Germany, but here I enjoy the diversity. Well, not so much diversity in the countryside. As you can see, single places. Maybe this was a very steep hilltop. They left it with some remnants of the original jungle. But this hilltop here, which is also very steep, was planted with oil palms. Arrived in the small town of Bakong. Those little places basically usually look very similar. There is a trading post in the center, a Chinese settlement. This one consisting only of 4 quite smallish blocks. Usually there is also a market in the center. Around it, there are usually huge parks with schools and administrative buildings, and usually somewhere there are some Melayu or local Orang Ulu or Iban settlements. Everything, basically the urban-like part, the city-like part is very small. However, the whole thing with the schools and parks around it is usually quite big. The market of Bakong. Let's see what we have here. I think this is Nipa palm. Ini Nipa? Nama apa? Upa. Okay. Oh, tidak mengerti ibu. I think it's the well, they call it upa. I think it's the same I call nipa. It's heart of palm, basically. Small hearts of small palms. Let's see what else we have. Well, sour eggplant. This is not a rich gourd, but I forgot the name of this gourd. Chinese cucumbers versus Iban cucumbers. The market is small. I can see that we are again not in the fruit season. Look at those cucumber-like things. What are those now again? I will have to ask them. Small market, but I guess I'll take some sort of fruit because I want to eat something, and then I'll press on towards the town of Lapok. Now look at that. Nobody is harvesting those very tall banana plants behind the market. When I see very tall banana plants, there are usually two suspects: the cultivated pisang kapok and the wild monkey fingers banana. I see here at least two bunches which rotted away and nobody harvested them. Also the stuff on the left, you see how the leaves are more bright and more upright? The stuff on the right, well, this could be a pisang hotel, the single banana there. Then all the stuff on the right could be pisang kapok, because here I see in the shade a bunch of angular fruits and tall plant, pisang kapok. But the stuff on the left, which nobody is harvesting, it doesn't look exactly like a monkey fingers banana. Too many fruits packed in the wrong way and a little bit the wrong shape. This is interesting, folks. This must be investigated. I think I will go down there and check this out. Interesting stuff is even in the tiniest garden. First, a giant manioc plant. About 4 meters tall. There must be so much food down there. Then behind it, I think this is a curry plant. The leaves are being used as curry, but you can also eat the fruits. Lots of other stuff in this garden. I will just cover the most interesting ones. This is a durian. Strange place to plant a durian. A mulberry, even with some fruits hanging on it. Yeah, mulberries are a trendy fruit because they are something exotic from temperate and subtropical areas. A guava, a papaya, and last but definitely not least is a peanut butter fruit. This stuff really tastes like peanut butter. You must just wait until it's ripe, until it's red and soft and the bird has already gotten at it. Those nice orange ones, they are not ripe already. Also, I know that I will have to walk very, very far through this little town. I told you the urbanized area is just four city blocks, but I have to walk for over 1.5 kilometers to get more or less out of it because of the huge size of the parks and schools. Matua tree, by the way. Yeah, it's really strange. They put a lot of work and money into the schools and into the parks. They make even the smallest town, the smallest settlement look like a town. As you can see over there, there is a whole team working on the park. Unfortunately, those parks are usually quite empty because there are not so many people and they are not used to using those parks all the time. But still beautiful. Now let's investigate those bananas. This seems to be some sort of, is it public, is it private space? No idea. But let's see what we can find here. So here is a bunch of rotten bananas which look a bit like pisang kapok. Here is a pseudostem which it seems just broke off. Look at the giant size of those things, folks. This is about 40 centimeters thick, not too tall. The pseudostem is about 5 meters tall, but very thick. Now, here, a still green banana, no idea where it comes from, but this is pisang kapok. Well, this is what I suspected in this case here. Those two have clearly been chopped down. This also, we are still in the area of the bananas which look like pisang kapok. Now we continue top of this canal over there, because the last part, in my opinion, is something different. This one, I would still say is a pisang kapok. Maybe it's even the bunch I could see from above. Here is the market. Oh, how have they not harvested the Etlingera? Look at this ginger. They sell the flowers and the fruits, those bunches there. They sell them on the markets. They are very popular. So now we are here. The last couple pseudostems, the ones with the erect, bright colored leaves. Definitely not pisang kapok, but I cannot exclude that it is some sort of, that it is some other cultivar. However, if I could see some bumpiness, I cannot reach them. I need 10 or 12, no, I need 30, 40 more centimeters to reach them. If they have seeds inside, the answer is simple. It's a wild banana, or more probably a hybrid. Never seen bunches looking like this around here. Well, okay. Balancing on this thing. Okay, so over there, a rotting bunch, which looks like pisang kapok. Yeah, that often happens, folks. You are headed into the giant jungles in the heart of Borneo, and on the way you actually get busy with filming a lot of fruits which are not really jungle but roadside or garden fruits. As long as you still have enough time for the jungle, this is not too tragic. Here, by the way, on my shoes I took a piece of the leaf sheets from some banana. Those are quite good as a weak rope. You cannot use them as a strong rope, but making mats or binding tomatoes or other things where you don't need too much strength, a banana is quite good for it. And there are banana varieties and ways to process this. Very simple ways. Often you just let it dry and then you twist it. Then they can get quite stable and quite useful. Very good technical plant, the banana, not just the food plant. Still in the area of those strange bananas. From here you can see only the pisang kapok. And look, here is more pisang kapok, more pisang kapok. And over there in the background, this is most probably monkey fingers banana, although it could also be Borneensis or some other of the big species. So there are definitely the parents for hybridization present around here. Here is again a huge cluster of those banana plants. Oh no, and some huge dogs. Well, look at those banana plants. Very tall, including the pretty big leaves. Some of them I would say 7 or 8 meters tall, the ones in the middle which have most competition. The leaves are mostly growing upright. They're a light green. The buds are pretty dark purple. Let me show them to you. The buds are a pretty light purple, a pretty dark purple. The bracts at least. Here, the flowers inside are yellow, and the bananas look like this. And what's most intriguing is that this giant clump with over 100 pseudostems, there is no access trail to them. Nobody has taken their parang and chopped the trail into the center of this cluster in order to harvest the bananas. That means that they are most probably regarded as worthless. And that, on the other hand, means that they are most probably seeds inside. Now they look a lot like monkey fingers. Oh, and we have mosquitoes again. They also have those dark pseudostems and this growth form and the size. So I think that here we have some other subspecies of Musa acuminata. Musa acuminata, the most important parent species of our local bananas, well, of our commercial bananas nowadays. But in Borneo we have several wild subspecies of acuminata. And I think that this one, because it really does not look like the monkey fingers, must be some other subspecies. If some were ripe, I would go in there and harvest them, but I will not go in there just to check if some unripe bananas have seeds. From Bakong, I got a lift by a very nice Chinese mechanic from an oil palm plantation. And actually I was planning to stop in Lapok, as I said, the last big trading post, the last part where you have a good road. But he says he's going 20 kilometers into the mountains. It's 3 o'clock. I still have more than 3 hours of good light. I think I'll risk it. He will drop me on the jungle road. I'll risk it to make it to Long Sun. Here you can already see the jungles in the heart of Borneo. From here it goes on for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers. Not all of it is pristine. The jungle on the mountain tops here has not been cut. Now you cannot see them at the moment. The jungle on the lower slopes has been cut but has been left, and the jungle in the rolling foothills has been cut and mostly replaced with oil palm. But yeah, we already see good jungle, at least on the hilltops. I think I will not stop in the last big trading post. I wanted to check out the market, but now I'm not very confident this market will bring a lot. So I press on into the jungle. I press on towards Long Sun. Passing Lapok, the last big Chinese trading post. Here, the bridge. Oh, I can follow you.
Sudah makan?
No. Makan di ada makanan di kampung.
Kampung mana ada?
Yeah.
Susah tadi.
So my
makan sini? Mau makan sini dulu?
Di Lapok?
Lapok sini?
No problem. I follow you. Crossing the Baram River here with the old public boat pier. This Tinja? This Tidak Baram? Baram, Sungai Baram.
Tinja.
Baram Tinja.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here the road continues towards Long Lama. On the left side again some wild bananas. But we are heading here into the giant heart of Borneo. Over 100,000 square kilometers of jungle. Lots of homestays here. Yeah, homestay Long Sun, exactly. That's where I'm going. Yeah, so here most of this jungle is still only accessible by river or by plane if you have airports, but the part here in Ulubaram has a very well developed road network. On the first couple dozen kilometers the road is very good in basically any weather, although there are a couple muddy places here. But the further it goes, the less it is being used, the more it branches out, the more it rains, the more it becomes an adventure. I've had days where I've seen many broken down lorries and motorbikes on the side of the road. Well, fortunately I'm here with the mechanic, with the car and lorry mechanic, so I guess nothing can happen to us. Here in front the huge jungles. Well, to see the scale of the logging here is the base camp with a lot of equipment. I guess some of it not even usable anymore, but it's basically the base camp is the size of a small village. I need to use the last good internet, so we made a stop, talking to family, downloading YouTube videos and so on. There is internet in the jungle, but usually it's not good enough for, let's say, video calls or watching YouTube or stuff like that. But it's not the main purpose of going into the jungle, right? Oh, the main purpose of the fruits. Here a lot of wild bananas, but the words that, well, the phrase that I learned on this trip, it used more than any other, belum musim, not ripe yet. Seems like there has been some heavy rain one of the last days, meaning that the road is gonna be fun. Well, the road is fun from the very beginning. Usually this part is very easy. Right now it's still very manageable, but noticeably less easy than other times. Oh, and I have a long way ahead of me and it's already getting late. That's gonna be fun. If this is the situation on the lowlands, on the main road, how is it gonna be 100 or 200 kilometers ahead on the small side roads? That's gonna be fun. The landscape is getting hillier, but we are still not inside the big mountains here. You can still grow oil palms. It's still feasible. It's still not too steep and not too far away from the mill. That's gonna change after a couple more kilometers. Still over 90 kilometers to Longsan and about 2 hours of daylight. The nice mechanic suggested to me that I should stay in their camp at the oil palm plantation, but I decided to press on. Funny thing I'm seeing, those are too big even for the biggest deer, those traces here. So I think there must be cows around here, cows or water buffalo. I've never seen any cows in this area, very strange. Yeah, I don't think that the oil palm plantation go much further than this. Soon I will be in an area which has been locked, but durian. Oh, okay, I bet the smell came from this car. But the good thing is this car came from there and I'm going there. Well, if the smell persists, there is a tree here. If the smell is gone soon, then it's coming from this car or this truck. If it persists a little bit longer, then there must be a tree somewhere around, which I'm gonna find. Almost 2 hours sitting on those blocks of wood. The sun is pretty low already and we are nowhere near Longsan. We are still many dozens of kilometers from Longsan. Actually, we are still in the area with oil palms. Yeah, I forgot how slowly everything moves on those dirt roads. It feels very fast. It shakes you up like crazy. It tires you out, but you don't get very far. Basically, in Germany, I usually calculate 1 hour for 100 kilometers. Here, I think in 1 hour you get how much? 30 kilometers or whatever. We still haven't arrived at this big logging camp, which is basically the hub for the whole jungle area, which is already like 60 kilometers inside the jungle, but still very, very far away from Longsan. I spotted a lot of different wild bananas, Musa borneensis, Musa acuminata, Musa campestris, and some others I cannot identify. No other fruits except for the bananas. But there was a second truck strongly smelling of durian. So wherever there is durian, there is hope. Also past the truck where the tire had literally exploded and wrapped around the axle. This is an everyday occurrence here. More and more hills, more and more good jungle. It's gonna get much better. The question is, how far can I make it today? Jungle as far as the eye can see, in every direction. no more oil palms. Of course, it's not all pristine jungle, especially around the road here, but further away over there, much of this has never been locked. With you, just when I want to make a video how great the pristine jungle is, there is one oil palm grove over there. Don't think that it's really worth growing them here. We are very far away from the mill by now. Yeah, even along the road when there are really steep hills, the upper part has not been locked or only partially been locked. And every time I find something really nice, of course, the phone is not on. I'll keep trying. So I decided to stay at base camp Kilo Sepulu. This is a pretty big base camp, about 60 kilometers inside the jungle, or 60 kilometers away from the paved roads. It serves as a sort of a hub for a lot of those forest roads meet here. So there is even a shop slash restaurant slash homestay. I mean, I put myself quite ambitious goal for today to go from Batunia to Lawas, and on the way to check out the durian kura kura. I managed to do this and even surpass my goal by 60 kilometers. Yeah, at some time I wanted to go all the way to Longsan, but look at that, the sun is setting and they are still, what, 60, 70 kilometers. I never gonna make it, so I'm gonna stay here for one night. What is this interesting fruit up there? Huh. Wonder if it's edible. So folks, yeah, this was my new advance into the heart of Borneo. Unfortunately, from here I wanted to show you the wonderful view, but it's quite hard from here. Around us there is jungle everywhere in every direction. This is my first day of my advance into the heart of Borneo. Let's see how it goes. Hi doggy. How it goes the next couple days. I want to stay here at least a week or two. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos. And somewhere here it smells of durian, but nobody can tell me where. A lot more fruit videos from the beautiful heart of Borneo. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.